What's up, Dennis? We're out here today at near Laguna Beach, probably about a mile or two from Laguna Beach. We're at this lagoon. It's a nature preserve. It's really pretty out here. About an hour drive from my house without traffic. But today we're looking at a plant I wanted to show you. I'm stealing your idea for making plant content. This is a plant called Sea Asparagus. So it looks like this. And it's a halophile. So, and you could also call it an extremophile. So it's a plant that lives in an extreme environment, in this case in very salty marshland, and not many plants can survive these extra salty conditions. So it tastes kind of like asparagus. It's very, very salty, so it's like a seasoning almost. Let's see if I can flip around the camera. This is what it looks like. It tastes kind of vegetal. Very, very salty, so it'd be good in like a salad or something. And apparently you can pickle it and it's really delicious. But these green tips are what you eat. Really, really tasty. And then the stems get woody. So I read online that you can really only eat it like in the late summer because that's when the new growth is. But I guess since the temperature is pretty constant out here, there's new growth on all of these plants here. If we're gonna feed the world's population in the future, we're gonna run out of farmland eventually. So we really need these kinds of plants that survive in these extreme environments to feed the world, right? Like if we have plants that can grow in marshy, salty areas or be irrigated with salty ocean water, like in Saudi Arabia or the deserts on the western side of South America, they don't have any clean water. They have very little not salty water, but they have a lot of ocean water. So if we could irrigate crops with marshy water or seawater, then potentially this, like the sea asparagus, that are really delicious. So I made it back from the adventure. It was actually Newport, not Laguna, but it's just like a 10-20 minute drive up the coast. So same area, similar area. You can see I brought some samples back with me. These samples here do not have roots attached. This is a sample of the water in the area, and then a sample of the soil in the area. And so I kind of want to try to mimic these growing conditions and grow it myself, because it is really tasty. This piece right here I got with some of the root attached. So I'm going to try to pot this up, and I'm also going to try to water propagate it. So just put it in a little bit of water and see if it grows roots. I think you're not supposed to leave it soaking in water. It doesn't like actually growing in the marsh, but growing on like the fringes of the marsh. But you know, we'll see what grows and what doesn't. And again, this is just a really stress tolerant plant. So this is something I want to do that's sort of related to this other lab project that involves growing plants on acetate with this idea of artificial photosynthesis. And if you want to see more information of that, I'll have a video coming out on my DIY Biotech channel if you want to see that. But it's a really cool idea. Basically, instead of growing plants, these researchers in the lab across the hall from mine figured out that it's more efficient to have solar panels, this electrocatalytic unit that converts carbon dioxide to this molecule called acetate, and then you can grow food on that acetate molecule. So plants and yeast and algae and a bunch of different organisms that we could potentially eat can actually consume the acetate and then turn into food for us more efficiently, about 4 times more efficiently than plants. So that's a bit of a side tangent. Basically, I'm going to pot these plants up and maybe I'll send you some pictures of it later. But sea asparagus, it's really cool. Wish I could give you some, bud. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.